Macmillan Audio presents Nobility in Small Things, A Surgeon's Path by Craig R. Smith, M.D. Read for you by Braden Wright. Nay, mother, where is your ancient courage? You were used to say extremity was the trier of spirits, that common chances common men could bear, that when the sea was calm all boats alike showed mastership in floating. Shakespeare, Coriolanus.
Prologue. Put all the miseries that man is subject to together, sickness is more than all. It is the immediate sword of God. John Donne, 1618. Disease generally begins that equality which death completes. Samuel Johnson, 1750. Epidemic, noun. A disease with a sociable turn and few prejudices. Ambrose Bierce. Friday, February 21st, 2020, started like any other day. I followed my unvarying routine. Out of bed at 4:30, I prepared chicken-on-rye for lunch and wrapped it in plastic. Breakfast was a bowl of cereal piled to the rim with raspberries and blueberries. I drove 14 miles south to Columbia Presbyterian, parked, and was rounding on my patients in the ICUs shortly after 5:30. After changing into scrubs, I talked to my first patient in the holding area about replacing his aortic valve. Office work and a meeting occupied me until I scrubbed in to do the operation. I finished the aortic valve replacement, saw a few patients, met with 2 medical students, and ate my chicken sandwich. In the early afternoon, I was back in the holding area discussing my next patient's mitral valve repair operation, when I noticed I wasn't feeling all that well. A tickle of needing to cough accompanied an odd sensation in the middle of my chest, and I felt faintly feverish. The mitral valve operation went smoothly, but by the time I drove home that night, I was distinctly unwell. While eating dinner with my wife, Trish, the peculiar deep chest feeling was forcing a cough, and my temperature was about 101. My symptoms were nothing like those of a common cold, and I knew that 2 people in the office had been out recently with influenza, so I assumed it was my turn, even though all of us had been vaccinated for flu. Trish had been training seriously in sculling for about 1 year. After an impressive showing at the 2019 Head of the Charles in double sculls with our daughter Elizabeth, she was aiming for a major dryland erg competition, the Crash B Sprints, in Boston on March 1st. I was eager to minimize the chance of infecting her, so I moved into another bedroom for the next week. We ate dinners together, but very consciously kept our distance. My temperature remained above 101 all weekend. The cough had become racking, productive, incessant, preventing sleep for more than an hour or so at a time. I would startle awake with a sensation of drowning, then walk around the room, coughing up revolting clumps of sputum that only momentarily eliminated the almost musical wheezing deep in my lungs. I had never been so ill. By Sunday evening, the fever was declining. This is almost over, I told myself, hoping to get some sleep before starting a long week. I had 6 operations already on the schedule, with the potential for 1 or 2 more. But Sunday night was almost as bad as the 2 previous nights, which shook my confidence. At least the fever was gone Monday morning, and I felt correspondingly better. The cough persisted. I have never kept a journal, with the sole exception of the months surrounding my coronary bypass operation on President Clinton in 2004, when I thought accurate recollection might someday have historical relevance.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?